Good morning. Good morning. I'm sorry, guys. We're having some technical difficulties this morning. My co host, who's in the chat, is having some trouble jumping on. Good morning, Fifi. Miss V, what's going on? I sent the link. Are you able to get in? Oh, there she is. Okay.
I was
Sorry.
actually, that's okay.
Okay.
I was here before you started. I don't know why it
Oh, well,
wouldn't let
you,
me up.
I couldn't see because I have some
Oh,
things down here.
oh,
So,
okay.
yeah,
Well,
you,
we good. We good.
okay.
We here. We
Good
here.
morning. Yes. Good morning, Pooh. Good morning, Fifi. How you doing
Pooh,
this morning, Miss V?
Pooh on time today, honey. I'm doing good.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Fifi. Good morning. How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing okay. I've been up since like 2. And yeah.
Yeah, me
What
too.
we
I've been
talking
up
about?
since about 3 o'clock. So since we already running late. I'm not gonna, we're just gonna move on and we're gonna jump start our morning like we do, shining light on our little entrepreneurs, on two of our entrepreneurs this morning.
Let's get it.
And first we have up is Madison Harrison, who says, "Don't stop believing in yourself." Madison is a bubbly, precious, and compassionate young lady. As of as a 15-year-old photographer, published writer, musician, composer, artist, entrepreneur, and philanthropist, Madison has learned how to bring some of her biggest dreams to life. While most 3-year-olds might choose to smash cake at their birthday party, Madison picked up her camera for the very first time and hasn't put it down since. Just a few months shy of her 17th birthday, Madison was inspired to start her very own photography business. Madison started her photography business, providing an unforgettable experience for little girls and their dolls. On several occasions, she could capture precious moments from foster children to brides. Madison has a passion for inspiring children of all ages to follow their dreams. When sharing her story at different conferences and events, one of her favorite things to say is, "Don't stop believing in yourself." When Madison is not clicking the stutter button, she also loves acting, has has been a countless production, and has training with Coach Vince. Madison, now 15 years old and living through some of the most challenging times we ever experienced in our world. However, she continues, check this out, Miss V. She continues to flourish in her photography, art, and music during the pandemic, as it has brought her great joy during a difficult time. These portraits you're seeing here, Madison did those in the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. In 2020,
Wait a
so
minute.
she
How
was
old was
so
she?
she was 13 when she did these photos.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. She's inspiring me. I always wanted to do photography. She's so cute and little with that camera. Like, man, the whole time you reading that, I'm like, what am I waiting for?
Yeah. And up next, we have, I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. Up next, we have Marley Guerrero, who is changing the fashion, child. She has been
That's
creating and
dope.
designing clothes for young kids to stunt. She has her own fashion brand called Golden Kids. During her preschool years, Marley developed a passion for fashion and art. Her obsession with fashion was so fierce that she not only wore skirts and dresses from preschool to grade one, she even wrote them down, wore them down during New York frigid winters, according to Golden Kids website. So it wasn't really a lot I was seeing on her. I found her um, on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh." I would like to talk about her in the morning
That is so
on
cute what
young
she has on.
entrepreneurs. Right,
I
that's
mean,
cool, right?
I love it. It's sweet. I can't really tell if it's like a, it's like
I like the poncho.
so yeah, that's the,
She got a bunch of them on her website for kids. They really cool.
yeah, I'm loving that design. I love it, love it. That's very inspiring to see these young kids doing it, and then it make you feel silly for not pursuing your dreams. I mean, they helping people of all ages. I'm inspired. Thank you
Oh,
for
thank
bringing it.
you, Pooh, for the sticker. I wish I had some sounds. Woo!
Yay!
My first sticker. Woo!
That's what's up. Super sticker in the building.
Yes, super sticker in the building. Yeah, she is talented. Both of them.
I'm
Yep.
telling you, like, wow.
Yeah, I liked it that. I wanted to
Yeah, I
bring that.
love this part of
Those
the
were
show.
two young entrepreneurs that we were going to talk about today. I'm trying to make sure. Okay. Because I got it on my phone playing and it's like a delay. That's supposed to happen, right?
Oh, well, if you're playing it on your phone, you should turn down the volume.
No, it is
And
down.
oh,
Well, I'm
okay.
just watching the
But yeah, yep, it is a slight delay.
okay. So move it on. I just saw this morning. Did you hear that Kyrie's suspension been extended?
I did not.
Oh, yeah. So let me share my screen here.
I think he
Bring
should
this
quit.
up. And you see here, the suspension of the Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie has been extended. On Saturday, Nets coach uh, confirmed that Irving will sit out at least one more game and will not return to the lineup when Brooklyn takes on the Los Angeles Lakers on Sunday. Irving was suspended, we already know, at least 5 games by the Nets earlier this month for his failure to disavow, the anti-Semitic comments that he made and sharing a controversial documentary. So we already been talking about that pretty much for weeks. So I think only people that's been sleeping under a rock haven't heard about this story. But yeah, they extended his suspension, and he's going to continue to sit it out on Sunday's game. And LeBron James has spoke out in his defense and said that he thinks that basically like they doing too much. Like let the man play. He apologized. Let's move on and let the man play.
Yeah, well, I think he should take his ball and stay home, and they should start their own damn league because they are the talent in the first place. And these people is just bullying him, and they're mad because is more people joining in defending him and
Hmm.
speaking up for him. So basically, it's like, okay, you want to have all this, we gonna shut you. We gonna continue to shut you down. Did you hear what Farrakhan had to say?
I did finally after we talked about it, but let me just really quick tell you what LeBron James said. He said, "I told you guys that I don't believe in sharing hurtful information, and I'll continue to be that way, but Kyrie apologized and he should be able to play. That's what I think. It's that simple in a
Oh, so that
nutshell."
so that's what LeBron had came out and said when it first
Hmm.
happened that I don't believe in sharing hurtful information.
Yeah, but now he said, let the man play. He done apologized. Like, let's move on.
Because I never knew what LeBron had said. I just know people was talking about him like, wow, LeBron said that or whatever. And it's like people should be entitled to their own damn opinion, period,
I
point
think
blank.
so too. But he didn't even say anything. All he did was share a controversial book. Well, they want to call a book well, it is kind of controversial because tomato, tomato. But
Nah,
all he did was share a book
them
that,
hiding our
yeah,
history is what's controversial. We
well,
wouldn't
yeah.
have to go searching for it if they wasn't hiding it. So they
Hmm.
started it. And we getting punished for, or he's getting punished for finding out some stuff that's
Hmm.
true. It's crazy.
What you heard? What did Farrakhan say?
I mean, I can't even repeat what he said, but he was speaking real like aggressive and I mean, he was telling them the truth. I just have ran across a little clip this morning. Let me
Mm,
see if I can find it in my history. I'm gonna
okay.
hit mute for a minute if you want to keep going.
Okay. Fifi said they are doing too much because they have all these things that he's focused to do already. But yeah, you're right. But you know what I think it um really boils down to? Because he this is New York, you know. And remember, the backlash really started when he didn't want to take the so remember they were saying, well, they fined him that big old fine, and because he wouldn't take it, and then remember all them nurses walked off the job. Over 200 nurses in New York walked off the job because they refused to get the vaccine. Well, now those nurses are all being compensated their money, their back pay for all of those years. I mean, for those 2 years, Fifi. So I'm thinking that a lot of this had a lot. They still mad with him about that because he never broke on that either. He never got the vaccine. Right.
What? Wait, who has something to do with that? Kyrie?
Remember, he plays for the Brooklyn Nets. Remember, it was viral when he didn't want to get the vaccine, so they didn't let him play. They fined him all of this money because he refused to take the vaccine. Around, and then all them
I didn't know
nurses,
nothing about that.
all those over 200 nurses, when they walked off the job because they refused to take the vaccine, and it was a big thing about that. And I was questioning that too, like, y'all the nurses, y'all giving a shot, but y'all don't want to take what y'all giving other people. Hmm. That's questioning. That's raising an eyebrow. Well, now those nurses now have been compensated money because they never went back to work. They really stood 10 toes down on what they felt. They didn't want to do it. Well, now they've been compensated now. They getting the money from all the time that they've been out of work. Hmm.
Well, is he gonna be compensated for the time he didn't play?
Well, look what he going through now. Now they want to say he pushed that book. So that's what I'm saying. I think it's just a little bit more than what, you know, probably not just about the book. That's probably just the icing on the cake because he didn't want to get the vaccine either. He didn't. He didn't break on that.
I don't blame him, and I didn't either. Kick
Yeah,
rock.
50 said yes, they didn't let him play any home games. Only when the team was on the road he got to play, right? Yeah, because he wouldn't get the vaccine.
I found the clip. It's a minute
Okay,
and 4 seconds. Okay, this is Farrakhan, and it says he speaks on. Oh,
I'm a mute.
he's speaking on Abraham Foxman and Kanye West. Um, let's just hear it.
You know what, Mr. Foxman? I wish you and I could have a dialogue. You wouldn't put that small time stuff over on me that you put on scared to death Negroes that if they mention you and you call them anti Semitic, they start bowing to you and your pressure. Kanye West, don't bow to the pressure to apologize to anybody. You said nothing wrong. Who are you, Farrakhan, to tell him that he said nothing wrong? I am directly from the Christ and the Messiah. So what I tell you has more weight than anything that these enemies might want to say. You have nothing to apologize for. It is their fear of the truth. And that's why it gives me pleasure to defend my brother.
Period. Point blank. That's what he said.
Okay, so remember the other day I played the clip with Kanye where he had to say, remember he mentioned Farrakhan as saying that they need to get on the phone and talk because he don't take kindly to being disrespected. How what did he say wrong? I'm trying to understand. What did he say disrespectful
Now,
towards Kanye?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why.
You
I
see
forgot
what
that Kanye West said that. I don't know if he said something in another clip that he didn't
Oh,
like.
maybe. Oh,
I
okay. Because
do
that's not
remember
the
you
full clip.
saying, nope, it's just a minute of it. And
Okay.
so
You
maybe I,
see what Pooh 96 said? They doing him dirty because they don't want a black man to have a voice or mind of his own. Same thing they did to Kaepernick. Yeah, because
exactly. And they gonna
they
make
took
an
the
ex
knee.
they gonna try to make an example of him, but what he should do is quit. And like I said, they need to start their own league. I know Ice Cube was talking about it. I don't know. Don't he got his own league? Ice
Ice
Cube?
Cube?
Yeah.
I'm not. I know Snoop
I'm gonna have to
does.
look into it because I remember some talks
I
about it.
think they caught their kids though, with Snoop Dogg. But wow, okay.
So what else? What else kind of madness you got
Woo!
this
So
morning?
we're gonna move on to a little bit more madness this morning. Now, I need to ask a question first because this may be triggering for some. So let
Uh-oh.
me just ask first. What do you guys think about voodoo, roots? Do you believe in that sort of thing, first of all? And what do you think about that?
Well, actually, I don't think a whole lot about it. I mean, as a growing up as a Christian, of course, Buddhism and all of that kind of stuff
Mm,
wasn't spoke of in my household. However, in the few years of me being on YouTube, I've run across some people, and they actually say that that is our they've made it evil. It really wasn't meant to be, and it was our power back in the day. And that's why they lied to us about about God and all of this stuff. And really, our history is that. And have I studied it or really looked deep into it? No, because it's kind of scary to me because you could really do some damage to people with that. And yeah, I do believe that it can be
that
used
is
for evil
real.
and good.
So you
It's
believe
real.
that roots is real. It could be put on people. Well, I want to
Yeah,
say first, I want to shout out Kiva from Come Get This Commentary because I saw this story the other day on her channel. And so I want to shout her out, for bringing this story to the YouTube streets, woo woo.
that's what's
And
up. Yeah,
right. So it's this female, her name is the Dream Goddess. Her sister passed away, and she says that the husband, who's from Belize, she and the family thinks that he put something on the sister, and that's what took the sister out. So um with that, I'm gonna play the first part of her TikTok. Let's take a listen because she tells the story of what happened to her sister.
About how my sister died from root. My
Wait, so we y'all see the names on each side? Those are some of the comments that I just wanted to highlight. So while you're listening to her, take a moment to read the comments. I just wanted to highlight some comments from different parts of her video.
sister was very talented. We come from a talented family, music, hair, you name it. My sister wanted to be a rapper, a model, any actor. She wanted to be somebody great, and she was somebody great. My sister met this guy who was in the military. He's from Belize. And out there, they do voodoo, root, witchcraft, you name it. And for this guy to have been in the church, and normally these things happen with people in the church, right? For him to be in the church, he was very evil. Long story short, he did not want my sister doing anything. He didn't want her rapping. He didn't want her out in the studio. He didn't want her modeling. He didn't want her doing anything. He was very jealous of her looks. He was very jealous of her personality. He was very jealous of everything that my sister had to offer to this world. And he took it away from her. When we met him, right off the bat, nobody liked him. We knew something wasn't right about him. My dad, God rest his soul, he's no longer here, knew something wasn't right about him. My sister didn't know yet. They moved to California, where my sister was ready to start off her career modeling. She was doing some underground rapping. She wasn't home, but she was always taking care of her children. My sister loved her kids. He didn't like it. So every time he would go to Belize, he would be there for weeks. He would come back. My sister was ill. She would get sick out of nowhere. My sister was very healthy. She had no health problems. Doesn't run in my family. Every time he would come back, acting like nothing, you know what I'm saying? She ends up sick. Followed by sickness, he's also abusing my sister. He's beating on my sister. He's trying to control her life because he does not want her to do anything at all. So somehow my parents convinced my sister to move. And she moved back home, which was in South Carolina, where we lived. This is where things just take a turn. It just takes a complete turn, and we really see what's really going on. Part 2, and I do apologize if my voice is a little cracky. This is very hard for me. So part 2. When she moved back to South Carolina, closer to us, not only did we find out my dad had prostate cancer, stage 4, it was just a really rough time. But she was doing well. She was okay. And it started again. Right after my dad passed away, things started to get worse. And my sister was very vibrant. Oh my God, like I'm talking about, we were always dancing, singing, going out. We were doing things. You get what I'm saying? Like she was fine, and she loved to eat. She loved to cook. And she, most importantly, wanted to do music. But he didn't want her to do that. So she put her career to the side. Started to get into the church because guess what? He wants to be a pastor. The devil wants to be a pastor. This demon wants to be a pastor. Mind you, this is where all the demonic stuff happens, in the church. So things are just getting worse at this point. He's still traveling back and forth to go so-called see his family. And every time he would leave, he would come back. My sister is getting sicker. Everything that she's eating, she's throwing up. Long story short, it's to the point where my sister now is losing weight, and it's just getting worse. So we ended up taking her to the hospital, to one of her hospital visits. I'm trying to make this short, guys. This is the part that we knew he had something on her. We went into the room and the doctor said, I just want to speak to the mom. So me and my sister stepped out, and I'm like, what's really going on? That man, my mom told me that man look her in the eye and said, I don't understand how your daughter is still alive. Her organs have shut down. Her pancreas is not even working. I don't understand how your daughter is even walking around right now. Part 3. So many times me and her have so many times where we could be alone with each other, and she would just tell me things that's going on in the house. There was one particular night where she needed her meds, and she said that there were people beating on the windows, and the windows were turning red as if blood was dripping down the windows. She was super scared. So she said she closed her eyes and she started praying and reached over and realized that her meds wasn't on the dresser. So she's looking and she's bending over. My sister is very frail at this point. She's very frail. Her medicine was hidden under the bed, in the middle, under the bed where she couldn't reach it, because he didn't want her to take her meds, and he didn't want her meds to basically make her feel better. So he hid her meds in the middle of the bed, knowing that she couldn't get down there and reach it. There was a time where I had to bring her some food because my mom wanted to help out with dinner for her. And my sister had just gotten out of the hospital. And I walked in and I saw my sister, and the atmosphere was just very weird. And I said, "What are you doing?" Her eyes were out of her head. She looked like a zombie. It hurt my heart. Oh, God. I said, "What are you doing?" She says, and she's never called this man her husband. She says, "If I don't cook for my husband, who's going to cook for him? Who's going to feed him? I have to cook for my family." I said, "Sis, you just got out of the hospital. You should be laying down. But I got to cook for my husband." I knew right then and there that my sister was gone. My sister is continuing to go downhill with her health. It's like she knows that she's here, but she's also saying she's not here. And my mom also said that she believed that my sister died a long time ago. And I said the same thing. To witness something like this was very hard.
Read the highlighted comments.
To know that people in the church are so evil to do something like this and to condone it. I'm talking about the pastor, the deacon. They are condoning this man's behavior, okay? He was also cheating on my sister with a white woman. He was going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, dressed up, cologne, leaving my sister at home to fend for herself or for us to take care of her, while he was out cheating and couldn't wait for her to leave this world. There was one day, it was a Wednesday, and I'll never forget it. My sister entered the hospital, and we had just got through seeing her, being there with her. They let her go home because at this point now, there's nothing that they can do. There's nothing that they can do. My sister, we dropped her off. She called me 5 minutes later and said, "When are you coming to see me? I miss you." Whew, I said, we were just together. She said, "I want to go get crabs. I want to go to Ravenel Seafood and go get some garlic crabs." And I said, we can go. Let's go. That same night, my sister ended up in the hospital. And this is where it gets me even more angrier with him. We're in the hospital, and at this point, she's leaving. She's leaving us. Like, she's really leaving us now. She's very confused. She's out of it. She's kind of like struggling back and forth between her husband and her son, and she's confused and she's scared. And all we can do now is try to get her comfortable get her comfortable. I'm sorry, y'all. So as my final video, they moved her to another room, and she's laying in the bed, and she's just calm now and kind of in and out, whispering. It's kind of like her soul kind of came back for that moment to talk to us just briefly, right? Gosh, it was so weird, guys. This is the second time I've watched somebody die in front of me. He is sitting across from me. She's in the hospital bed. I am holding her hand. I'd never let go of her hand. I didn't leave out the room. I can't leave. And she whispers to me and she says, I love you. I am sorry. And she says, you know how I like my hair. It's getting nighttime and her breathing is very, very, very faint. This man is on his phone texting. He is falling asleep. He's not even paying attention. He does not care. My mom got a phone call, right? Because she was standing behind me and she said, I got to step out the room. As soon as my mom steps out of the room, my sister squeezes my hand so tight. And I look up and she's gone. And every bit of sickness that was inside of her has left. And she looks absolutely beautiful. She looked like she's just sleeping. She looks full. She looks healthy. Everything that was inside of her when she took her last breath left, and my sister went back to her natural state. This man got up, put his head on her chest, and walked out of the room. He wanted to make sure that her heart wasn't beating anymore. He wanted to make sure that she was gone. Oh, God. I'm trying to make this quick. Not even 24 hours that my sister was gone, he tried to get rid of her things. He had her things packed up, ready to go. My sister wasn't even in the ground yet. We go to the house to try to retrieve some of her things. We almost end up fighting. And guess what he says? I never liked your red ass anyways. Really? I thought I could cram all this in one video. I got to make one more video, guys. Baby girl wasn't even in the ground yet before he was trying to get rid of her things. He wanted to erase her from this earth. I'm talking about cell phone, Facebook page. He erased everything of my sister as if this woman never existed because he didn't want her to live her life. This is a demon supposedly doing God's work in the church. These same churches that y'all worship, okay? This is another reason why we stopped going to church. You want to be a pastor, but you're doing root. You're putting voodoo on people. You took my sister's soul because you didn't want her to live. She wasn't even in the ground before he tried to get rid of her things. And y'all don't understand, some of the stuff that I just been telling y'all, this is not even half of it. I gotta try to cram these things in this video. But these are the important parts of why we knew and how she even knew something wasn't right and that she had something on her. Getting sick out of nowhere. Throwing up, can't hold down food. We love food. We have chefs in our family. My dad was a chef. I am a chef. We love to eat. And everything that she ate, she was throwing up. The doctor is saying, I don't even understand how your daughter is still alive. Her organs have already shut down. They've been shut down a long time ago. How is she even walking around? He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. You got people banging on the windows, blood coming down the windows. She's hearing things. She's seeing things. She's getting weaker and weaker. This man took my sister away from me. My best friend, the only person that understands me, the only person that pushed me with hair and music and everything that I do in my life. She was my biggest supporter. And he didn't like the relationship that we had, and he took that away from me. He took a daughter away from their mother. He took a mother away from their children. He is evil. Y'all need to be careful about the people that y'all lay down with, because the same ones y'all laying down with can have something on you, can be jealous of you. Domestic violence and all that shit, get out of it. I got out of my situation, but she didn't. Y'all better listen to me and pay attention and wake the fuck up. This shit is real. This shit is real.
So,
That's deep. That is deep. I mean,
okay, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say, and then I'm gonna say my what I think. What my opinion.
but yeah, see, this is exactly why I don't look deep into it, because I do believe that it could be used for bad and good. I don't really like the idea of, you know, calling the dead and all of that kind of stuff. But as far as what this guy did, I mean, I believe that it's true. These are the things that we're gonna be fighting in the last days. If you believe that, I believe that it's witches, warlocks, demons. I've seen them,
I believe
demons
that
and
too.
stuff.
I
Yeah,
believe that too, but I like I don't want to seem like insensitive because I don't know the story. If we go on what she said, look, she was there, hands on witnessing what she feel her sister was going through. I just say like a little bit of like if you think that this is what's going on, that he actually did something like this to your sister, I'm just saying, like, why not go to a witch doctor and maybe have them, get us some help, or I also was thinking, maybe check the medications that the doctors are putting on her. And then I kept thinking, like, what was her diagnosis? Like her because when you say that her health just started deteriorating in a matter of months, what was the diagnosis? What were the doctors saying when she was going to the doctor? You know,
a
they did
lot of times it's undiagnosed. They don't be
right, but
knowing
they
what
were
it is.
sending her home. You saying you don't even know how she's walking. You don't know how she's standing. She don't have a spleen. Her organs are shutting down. Did, what was the diagnosis? That's all. I don't know.
That is
And
correct. I
what are the
mean,
side effects to medications? Because some side effects to some medications will have you loopy, zombie-ish, like zombie-ish. I'm not saying that stuff didn't happen because I believe, like I know personally that shit is real. It's definitely real. So I'm not saying that that's not what her sister went through. I'm
hmm
just saying, I want to hear some, I would like to hear some more chapters of, she said that that's just the highlights of what was going on, but it was a lot down the road that he was doing. And he was from Belize, and every time he went home and came back, her sister got sicker.
that's crazy. Like, I mean, what
Yeah,
would even make
Fifi
him
said, in
do
my
that?
opinion, this sounds like slow poisoning versus voodoo, right? Like it, like runs, like it's that's what I'm saying. I have so much voodoo stories, but I don't entertain that entity because bad spirits can be transferred easily if you're not aware. That's right.
And that's
That's
exactly
right.
why I don't
Yep.
dig into it, because it's the unknown. I know it exists, and I know that. I
Yep.
mean, it, they pretty strong out here. I see a lot of people on YouTube. Like one time I was on this girl's panel, and she like Like she spoke it to somebody. I hurried up and got off her channel and unsubscribed. I'm like, girl, like she was calling them out or something like that. I
See,
don't even know
I
what
don't
it's
play
called.
around with that kind of stuff.
I don't play like that. I'm like, okay, I'm done with her. And then it's a couple of them. It's a lot of them I be hearing about. They be in the churches. People, some people had a gift to be able to see these people. And I actually know a guy that said that somebody put something on him, some woman put
Yeah.
something on him. But he just basically said um, he couldn't get over her. He couldn't get enough of her or something. So whatever she put on him, it was like he wanted her to she wanted him to be like crazy over her or something. And then that one girl that's still missing, what's her name, Alexis? Wait,
Right. Like Piva said, come get this commentary. She said, I wonder why they didn't get an autopsy. And if they got an autopsy, why wouldn't you at least share the autopsy results? A few people on my channel said it sounded like she had uh what's that word? Oh,
pancreatic cancer.
pancreatic cancer. Oh, yeah.
I
I don't
mean,
know. It
Fifi
is
said she know a lot of stories and a lot of people that practice it, and it's definitely
no,
real.
yeah,
And a
I
lot
do
of
too.
people go undiagnosed.
I know hands on personally. I know my niece think I'm ignoring her, but I'm not. Like you see what she's saying in here. She like, I know they kept sending. That's one of the aunt that we know that we felt the entire family felt like her husband had did that to her, and like we watched her deteriorate for years, for 30 years under right before our eyes.
Well, did
So
she get an autopsy? And I just
no.
wonder, like, I
And
would
that's
just
what she's
wonder if
saying. She
she
was never
did.
diagnosed with nothing. The doctors could never find out or say that what was wrong with her. So I get that. I do, but I'm saying in the sense of where this sister, Dream Goddess is speaking. You get what I'm saying? There's like just this a lot of key things that she was saying that I was like, okay, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know.
Ah, man, this is gonna send me to shoot. This is what the
Right.
whole full
Definitely not
armor
to
of
sound
God is all about.
insensitive. Definitely not to sound insensitive to her story at all. However, when you put something on the internet, people will, right? That's right. I was thinking that when I was listening to her. I'm like, okay, no, I get it. Like I said, we wasn't there. So that's her story. That's how she felt. But a lot of it, when people are grieving, when you hurt and you lose someone really close, like she said, her sister was her best friend. When you lose someone close like that, you want to point the finger. Then he was cheating on her sister. He was, he wasn't good to her sister, So I mean, I wouldn't expect her to have many nice things to say about the husband.
Yeah, but I mean, I do
And
agree
there
with
was
y'all.
that
Like
part
with her
too.
putting it out, why wouldn't she give us some facts
Fifi, that
about
was
the
another
doctor and
question.
diagnosis? Uh-huh.
That was another question, like when she said the part about the doctor said he want to speak to the mom. First of all, when you're married, your mom could be, even if your mom is alive, that's not your next of kin. If you're married, your husband is the next of kin, and the doctor going to speak to the husband first before he goes speaking to anybody in the family. The husband, I don't know.
So basically, you feel like you know it exists, but you don't really believe her.
I'm not saying I don't believe her. I'm just saying because I was, she seems really passionate and believing that this man did that to her sister. I'm not questioning it. I'm just thinking like, okay, you didn't even see if you knew so much, like she's in depth of saying exactly what was going on with her sister and how he had her being and things, like you didn't take her to a witch doctor to kind of reverse it, have it reversed, or get her a cleansing, a body cleansing or something like that.
I wouldn't even know the first thing to do if you don't. For me, I wouldn't even know. Like I'm
They could have
hearing
went
you
to
say
court
that.
and requested an autopsy. They've done it before in the families, right? Especially if they suspect and foul play, right? They probably would find out that he was because just like Fifi said earlier, you watch the ID and Snap the stuff how them women poison up them husbands and they find out through an autopsy and that some of them things the side effects be loopiness and zombie walking around, and not incoherent and not understanding what's going on around you. Some of that stuff do be like the side effects. That's true too. That's true too, Pooh. If the doctor can't give a diagnosis, if I get that. I get that, but I just feel like, you know, if he was poisoning her, allegedly, then if they do an autopsy, a toxicology report, that's what it's called, because that's where they go in really deep, and those take months and months to get the results from. They would probably find exactly what he was giving her.
I mean, when they put spells on people, it's not necessarily something that they're putting
Oh,
into
you
them
see
that
that?
can be detected.
You see what she said? My aunt even went to a witch doctor who confirmed that she had an irreversible hex on her.
Wow, man. I don't want to meet none of those people
Woo!
ever in life.
Right, right. Yes.
It's a lot of strange people right here on YouTube. It's a lot of them, man. But dang, this is like the deepest that I've heard about it because I just don't entertain it. But I know a person that,
That's why I
she
said
kind
thank
of say
you
she used it
to
for good.
come get this commentary for bringing this to these YouTube streets, because she was the first person I saw that even talked about something like this, even challenging a conversation like this. So I was like, let me bring this on over here and we talk about it too. Let me get y'all opinions and see if y'all believe in that kind of thing. And if what you think about her story. Fifi said they would even have to have evidence to even start an investigation as to why did they sit there and let this go on for so long to make a report. At least it would give them a little footing to investigate. Yeah, and it also give the family closure. You know,
Why did she have to stay with him though if she thought that he was doing that? I
Unplugged
don't
Society
understand.
said he don't think it was poison and he believed it was voodoo. And you can. The sister believe it too. That's why she is exposing the husband a little bit, because she didn't tell us who he is. You see the highlighted comments I was putting on some of her chapters. Couple of people was telling her, just expose him. Who is this man? So we want to know who he is.
I mean, he could put a hex on her too.
So you see one of the highlighted comments, somebody asked her that. She said, are you afraid that now that you're coming out talking about this, that you or your family would be in danger? Yeah. So, Miss V, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Oh,
looking at the
oh,
comments, but I'm looking on this
oh,
device and I'm on mute because I be having that sound on here. But yeah, I was just letting you look at the comments.
I forgot. I
I
think
need to get by my other device. That's what I need to do. Hold on.
okay.
So I think that they would have to
Oh,
know that he was into that kind of stuff to even come up with that. Like, I mean, I heard her say something like she had something similar done to her, but she came up out of it or something.
no, she said she was in an abusive relationship and she got out, but her sister didn't. And that's what I'm saying. When a family is hurt and grieving, maybe, I mean, he didn't treat her sister well. That's clear from what she was saying. So he wasn't a good person, and, she's hurt. She's grieving. That's what I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm
I'm
just
so
thinking
creeped out about it, Fifi, I wouldn't even dig into it. I wouldn't. I just don't
it's
want to
kind
have
of
nothing to do with it.
it's creepy, but it's a bit intriguing too. Like I want to get more to find out more. Like because I still think that they should have checked more too on the sister medications that she was taking. Medications have a lot of different side effects that we don't read about.
From my understanding, this was our power, though, and we were tricked into believing something different, and we lost our power. But it could be used for
Right,
good or evil, is what I was
right.
told.
Mhm.
I
I
don't
heard the same
know.
thing. Yeah, but
So
go ahead.
did you hear about Google being having to pay up like $400 billion for using our locations when they wasn't supposed to? They
No.
so full of crap. Like, I mean, honestly, like I guess this happened like back in 2018
Uh
where
huh.
they were somebody did some type of investigation and found out that they were using our locations even after you opted out of it. So even though your location is off, they still tracking your location, using it for advertising purposes, police using the data and all kind of stuff. So I'ma just read it because I'm just
Go ahead.
I
Yeah,
ain't
I
really
want to
saying it
hear. Let me
clearly.
mute.
So this article was actually written November 14th. So it's coming out of Hartford, Connecticut. Google has agreed to settle for 391.5 million settlement with 40 states. And why is it only 40? Because I ain't what is that the only place Google at? Because wherever Google is all anyway, let me read it. So settlement with 40 states in connection with an investigation into how the company tracked users' locations. States Attorney General announced on Monday, calling it the largest multi state privacy settlement in U.S. history. The, investigate, the investigation by the states, which officials said was spurred by a 2018 Associated Press story. Okay. So this came out because of a story that happened by the Associated Press in 2018, found that Google continued to track people's location data even after they opted out of such tracking. So this nearly 4 million settlement is a historic win for consumers in the era of increasing reliance on technology. Location data is among the most sensitive and personal information Google collects, and there are so many reasons why a consumer may opt out of the tracking, the Attorney General said. So let me see. It says the AP report that many Google services on Android devices and iPhones store your location data even if you use a privacy setting that says it will prevent Google from doing so. So computer science researchers at Princeton
That
confirmed these
sounds like that
findings.
should be. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that sounds like that should be illegal.
It should be illegal. It's not okay. And this is why a lot of people don't want to be online, period. Don't even want to do social media at all because even though they're saying this, they still probably going to continue to do it. The police is using this stuff now. I mean, if that's the case, all of these cases that they found by cell phone data, that wasn't legal. Did they opt into being found? You know what I'm saying? That's using a location. I don't know, but it's just
So even when we have our location set private, you saying that they could still just hack into our
yep.
privacy settings and
Even though
just
you
share
turn
our,
off your
not share it, but
location.
they can look and see everything. That's
Yeah,
illegal.
and they're using it for monetary gain. So they're learning about you. So let me read on because
Oh
it actually
yeah.
says
Okay, I'm
something like
sorry.
that. It says many. Okay, I think I read that. Finding April. Storing such data carries a privacy risk and has been used by the police to determine locations of suspects. So the report in 2018 that the privacy issue with location tracking affected some 2 billion users. Devices that run Google Android operation software and hundreds of millions of worldwide iPhone users who rely on Google for maps and for search. So the attorney general who investigated Google said a key part of the company's digital advertising business is location data, which they called the most sensitive and collective data the company collects. Even a small amount of location data can reveal a person's identity and routine. Okay. So that's one reason why you don't want them using your location. And so then Google uses the location information to target consumers with ads. So they're capitalizing off of us
That's
monetarily.
why we always getting these random phone calls and all these, they went back to using the old phone numbers, that I don't know if you noticed, they started recycling old phone numbers.
I don't know about that, but I do know that you
Yeah.
you could be talking about something and you'll get a pop up
Yeah,
ad or
that's what
something, and this is
yeah,
what
that
they're
too.
using it for, you
Mm.
know. So they're using it to entice you. You might be like, "Oh, I'm hungry. I want some pizza." Bam, there go a pizza. Or you say something about some clothes. There goes something else, you know. And so
Yes.
they're using it to gain money. They're using it to find out your identity and routine, what makes you tick and talk, and what you like. This is a bunch of mess. I've heard about it always, and so now Google is paying up for it. But this stuff been going on since social
So
media.
who
I mean,
so
internet
so who
exists.
getting paid though? When you say that they got to pay back all, who's getting paid?
That's a good question because I would like to know. They saying that it's only in 40 states, but how do you even distribute this money? Let me see if they say anything. Hundreds of Google workers demand. No, that's something different. Attorney General. As part of the and wait, let me see. Google. Okay, I already said Google uses the location information to target consumers with ads by its customers, the state official said. The attorney general said Google misled users about its location tracking practices since at least 2014, violating state consumer protection laws. So, as part of the settlement, Google also agrees to make those practices more transparent to users, including showing them more information when they turn location account settings on and off, and keeping a web page that gives users information about the data Google collects. But they are not saying that they ain't gonna be collecting no information. So what's the damn point? I mean, they just gonna tell you more about it. Make sure you realize that's what they doing. They still tracking our ass, and we know that. The chips and the credit cards is tracking us. I mean, they trying to go without money. They gonna know everything you buy. I don't know how Pookie and Ray Ray gonna get paid, you know. But anyway, that's it.
Right. That's how I feel, Kiva. Like she said, I am happy the lawsuit was brought against Google for still tracking people who choose to turn it off. If the person has the privacy settings off, you definitely broke the law by tracking the location. Right. That's gotta be illegal to do that.
I mean, damn,
And
they
I
should
say
go to
that because I
jail.
have my location off on everything. And I have a lot of my stuff set private, like on my on my accounts and stuff. So, like, wow, that's that's
They
That's
still know.
something.
They still, and you'll be surprised to know if you go look in Google, you'll find a lot of your old locations that you've been at that you didn't
Right.
even know was being saved. They so
Even
full of it,
and
man.
even when you think you know how you think you cleaning out your browsers and cleaning out your stuff, I guess you're not because
Yep.
they could still track all of that.
Yeah, they when they gave us these cell phones, they know everything. That's why I be like, I don't know why they act like they don't know, cause they do. Everybody can be found, I believe, if they really put work into it. Yet it's a whole lot of criminals out here that's not. So it was another case that this guy found for a $4 million check in some candy.
What?
Yes. So this is coming from, let me see. It's a national news, but this is a German man. So the candies are called Haribo Gold Bears.
Mm-mm.
With a name, they got different types, but the brand is Haribo. And it says a German man who found a check last week worth more than $4 million inside of a bag of Haribo Sweet Giants is disappointed with the company's cheap reward. So what happened is he found the check, and I guess let me read it. The man identified. Okay, he said, wait, he sent a box. He was sent a box of gummy.
Yeah, that's what Fifi just said. Those are gummy bears.
Yes, he was sent a $6 box of gummy bears for finding that check and letting them know about it. But basically, they just told him to rip it up, show a picture that he ripped it up, and all of this stuff.
And
And
what did
that was
he get as his
a
reward?
$6 box of gummy worms.
Oh, that's what you're saying. They gave him that was his reward, the gummy bears.
Yes, but the
She
company
said
is
they're
also the
popular
gummy
too.
bear company.
Fifi said the company is popular too.
Yeah, I get. I mean, I've never heard of it here, but
Who was
maybe
the
it's
check
in
written
Germany.
out to?
It was written out to the company, and they basically was
Oh,
like, he couldn't have did nothing with it anyway, so
yeah.
they didn't give a damn. But why was it in this box of gummy bears? Why he should sue them for that? Damn the check. Why was it in there? Give me some money since you want to send me a $6 box of gummy worms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you hear about the lady in in Alabama that said that she woke up in the doctor's office in the clinic alone and they had left her?
Oh, I think you didn't you say didn't you bring that up yesterday? I heard that somewhere, right?
Come get this commentary. Kiva was talking about on her channel 2 days ago. That's where I heard it at.
Okay, well, I don't. Yeah, I heard something about it, but how does that happen? How does she
Child, check this out.
go to sleep and they close? You
I
got a video?
do. You know I do.
I came to
Okay.
American Family Care because I'm sick. I got here at 4, so
Again, check
yeah.
out the
Got
highlight
in the back at
comments. I like to
6.
highlight the comments so y'all can check them out.
Got all my swabs. And then at 7:55, I wake up because I took a nap. And literally, everyone left. There's not a soul here. Not here. Hello? Windows shut. I mean, who leaves a patient laying in a room?
my car. Just me and family care. Hello? I don't know if this door has an alarm on it or yeah, they're gone.
And you see what Kiva said? Wait. And what's crazy is that particular doctor's office actually apologized for the incident. It was a lot of people in the comments that didn't believe her. They was like, "You can't be. Look at the lights still on. What clinic just don't turn off their lights,
I
leave a
didn't know if
patient."
it was real or not either, but they actually
She
responded.
said, "Yeah."
Why would they?
She
Why
said
would they
Kiva
leave it
said they
open
came out and
too?
apologized for the incident. They came and apologized. I came across another one after I was, searched that up when I saw it on Kiva's channel. And this lady, and it happened to be the same clinic name, but at a different location. Listen to what she said.
So I wanted to hop on
What
here and
happened
do
to
a little
her?
PSA about something I experienced yesterday. As you can tell, I'm very sick. I've been sick for about 3 days, and I never get sick. This is the third time I've been sick since 2017, which is something I found out today. So because I never get sick, I don't have a primary care physician because I never have to go to the doctor. Um, so I went to American Family Care, which is like an urgent care, yesterday. The last time I went there was last year when I had COVID, and it was pretty busy, but I had to wait there for 4 hours. And if you've had COVID, you know it's miserable. So, but I just thought that it was because it was Christmas, holiday season, everybody was sick. So yesterday, I walk in, I'm the only person in the waiting room, and after I walk in, 2 other people walk in, and I'm sent back to a private room pretty quickly. It was probably like 5-10 minutes once I walked in the door. So I'm thinking, great, this is going to be quick. I've been exposed to the flu from several different sources. This feels a lot like the COVID I had last time, so I'm thinking it's one of those too. So they immediately swab me for both of those. And then I sit there and wait for about 45 minutes for the provider to come in. So she comes in and asks me like my symptoms. I mean, I have body aches. I feel like I was hit by a truck. My back hurts. I have chest congestion. I've got a dry cough. My head's pounding. Like, I sound sick. So then she proceeds to tell me after that both of my tests for COVID and flu came back negative. And at this point, I'm like, okay, this must be the most gnarly, like, sinus infection I've ever had. Like, I feel terrible. So she's checking me out, and she's like, hey, your ears are compacted. We need to clean those out so I can rule out an ear infection. And I was like, okay. So I'll wait another 30 minutes. The nurse comes in there, cleans out my ears, and she tells me, hey, the doctor's going to come back in and re-examine you. Are you good on the table, or do you want to sit in the chair? At this point, I'm in the chair. My back's been killing me. I'm like, I'm going to sit in the chair. So at this point, I start crying because I feel terrible. I've got no answers. I'm like, I want to go home. It's been 2 hours at this point that I've been in this room. I'm texting my husband who's waiting out in the parking lot, and he's like, what is taking you so long? I'm like, I don't know. They said the doctor was going to come back. It finally gets to where I've been in there for almost 3 hours, and he walks in and talks to the front desk person and asks them why it's taking me so long. At this point, I'm frustrated. I feel terrible. I'm over it. I get up and open the door as the front desk lady walks in, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You were marked as discharged. Did nobody tell you that you could leave? And I said, no, I've not gotten a diagnosis. I haven't got any meds, and I've been here for 3 hours. At this point, everybody had gone to lunch. I walk out. My husband's furious. Like, needless to say, I'm going to run out of time, but do not go to the American Family Care in Montclair Avenue in Birmingham.
Girl, So they forgot about her too.
That's
So I
crazy.
see how they could have left that lady sleep in the bed, in another room and just left for the day.
They need to get hit in their pockets. I'm sorry, ain't enough. Especially if they've been doing it.
Oh yeah, they talking about so Unplugged Society said that we hear about Tupac's stepdad being released from prison on his deathbed. I didn't hear
Wow,
about that. You
no.
heard about that, Miss V?
Nope.
Hold on.
I never heard about his stepdad, period, I don't think.
Come get this commentary said yes, they said in so many words how that he can barely sit up and can't move. He's no longer a threat to society, so they'll let him go ahead and they went on ahead and released him. Wow. Wow.
That's crazy. He
What
probably, how long he been locked
what
up?
was he what was he after? Oh, he was locked up for 30 years after serving 30 years in prison.
Wow.
What did he go to prison for? Do
Terrorism?
y'all
What
know?
the hell he
Oh, is
do?
that what Miss V?
Nah, I mean, that's a long time. He definitely had to have taken some couple people out or something, you know? Damn.
Wait, but listen, in all actuality, black man ain't got to do that much to get 30 years.
I
Okay?
know, and that's the sad part.
Yeah,
What he
period.
do?
Like,
Steal a candy bar? Nah, he
right,
probably
yeah,
did something
or slept
crazy.
with slept with this color and not this color.
Man,
He riding an armored truck. Oh, okay, so he robbed the armored truck. Right.
wow.
Come get this commentary. Said it's crazy knowing that anybody can walk in and out, maybe seeing information, touching on the beds, dirty things. You're talking about the lady at the clinic. How no staff checked the rooms. I'm pretty sure they don't even sanitize there, right? And then if you saw the highlighted comments that some of the people were saying, one person said that the same thing happened to her twice while she was there, but at a different location.
What the
Yeah,
heck?
so I guess
Twice?
that clinic, yeah, at a
Man.
whole nother location though.
But if you already know, like for the person that definitely did it, first of
Oh,
all, I'm not gonna just keep sitting somewhere. I'm gonna
yeah,
be bugging the hell out of them. Like, what's taking so long? That's number one with me.
right.
And number two, I
Well, she
wouldn't
went
even
to
go back
sleep.
a
She
second
fell
time.
asleep. Remember, she fell asleep. She woke up. I even thought, like one of the comments said, "Oh, she reaching, she stretching it. She knows she worked in, she closing up." I thought the same thing when I saw her pocketbook. I was like, "Oh,
Right.
she was
I was
resting on the
doubting it
job,
when
sleeping on the job. She trying to be funny." Unplugged Society said his father, a cop died in the robbery. That's why he got over 30 years.
he said two police officers dying.
Oh yeah, too.
Dying. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't get. Oh, he must have did get life, and they letting him out early because of that.
Yeah, because they
Oh,
said we ain't taking care of you no more. You could barely stand. Let somebody else take care of you. Who is he staying with? Is he in a home or is Tupac mom taking care of him? Was they married?
that's a job I would not want. Now, come on. That's just they're cruel because I mean they might as well. What can he do?
Hmm. Well, somebody got to take care of him.
I don't know how I feel about that. I just wonder who is taking care of him.
You said you don't know how you feel about that.
Not really. Like, dang. I mean, eh, it seemed cruel if he don't have a place to go.
He said he not sure.
You know, if he has nobody and nowhere to
Well,
go, it
I think
seems cruel.
I, if him and Tupac mother is still legally married, then
His
um
mother died.
did she? No, no, did she?
Didn't she die?
Uh, don't let me be on some Stacey Dash mess now. I didn't know the woman is not here anymore. Hold on now.
Dear mama, but wasn't yeah, his mother passed, I thought.
see. All right, here we go. Uh, oh yeah, she died in 2016. Yeah, she died in 2016.
Yeah, I don't remember obviously
Right.
how she
Fifi said
died,
she
but
feel like he should belong to the state.
right. So I mean, who taking care of him? What they just gonna
Put
put
him
him
in
on the
like maybe a
on the
nursing
corner?
home.
Them places be wanting to get paid.
Well, they can't just leave the man on the street. I'm sure they sent him somewhere because he can't take care of himself. They didn't push him out the gate and go, "All right, bye. Have a good
Shoot,
life."
I don't know. Maybe they took him
Somebody
to
picked
another
him up from in
facility.
front of right, a hospital, um, or something, a hospice or something.
Right, though. I mean,
If
like
they
she
saying he
said,
as bad
he
as they
should
say.
belong. Why? Oh, he should belong to the state.
Mm.
Why they release him now?
Oh, he said he does have family,
Well, it's
so
good if
maybe
his
he's with
family
somebody.
taking
Yeah,
care of him. But golly, that's a lot.
that is.
You know, to just be the family to have to take care of him, that's a lot.
That's what you said. Miss V, Miss V, you is not feeling how the family got to pick up the slack, huh?
I mean, that's a lot. Like I'm thinking about in every situation I put myself in it, and I wouldn't be thrilled. Shit,
But
shoot.
you would do it, right? You like, I don't know about all that.
You hear the crickets?
I know. That's what I'm like. You is not feeling that, and Miss V like,
I don't
that
know.
is too much on the
Lord,
family. Why would they do that? So you feel he should have stayed in jail, Miss V? Right,
man,
Fifi.
listen.
Fifi said, Miss V said, no, I'm good. Right. Yeah,
I
right. She
don't.
like, you
I
hear
don't
her? She like,
know.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. That's a lot on the family.
That's a lot. A lot. A lot. I'm just putting myself in a place, y'all. Hey, I don't mean to sound cruel, but damn, I mean, I'm just really thinking about that. Like, I don't know. What would you do? How would you feel?
If he was my family, I gotta do what I gotta do. I have to take care of my uncle or my dad or my brother. I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. If he don't got nobody else, what can we do? Gotta do it.
We.
That's just me. I would do it. Would you do it, Fifi? Would you do it, Unplug Society?
I mean, if for me to do it, I would have to quit my everything I'm doing. I wouldn't be able to work. How you gonna work and take care
Well,
of
he
somebody
gotta
like that?
sleep and rest.
If he can't take care of himself, you can't leave that man. He has to have 24-hour care.
Oh, well, I
So
guess
if
Fifi
you
stands with you, Miss Fee. She said, hey, it's the reality of it. I won't want that burden. It really is a burden. That's true. It's a burden.
girl,
But if, like, let's just say, Fifi, he's your only family. All y'all got.
now that's
He
different
don't
if
have
he
nobody else to go to. When he get out, the state done threw him out there, and he call you. Hey, cuz, I ain't got nowhere to go. They done threw me out here.
and I'm kind
You
of
gonna help
picturing
him
it
out?
different. I'm
She said,
picturing
no,
it
I'm
different.
good.
Ah, look,
Fifi said, no, I'm good. He done lived his life. So he as he chose, and I'm gonna live my life as I choose. I know that's
girl, listen here. That I'm just being honest. Like people,
it's
that
at least you're being
and then
honest.
I mean, you thinking about it different than me because I'm thinking about a person have been got life and been locked up over 30 years. 9 times out of 10, he
He's
wasn't messing with his family like
institutionalized.
that. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah, because
only
he's
connected by
institutionalized.
blood.
But he
Not even.
broken. He's already broken. He in a wheelchair. He can't do nothing.
I'm saying if you don't have a connection with a family member, he just been locked up. Likely y'all wasn't cool before he went in, and now he's being let out, and you the family member he got to come to. Y'all don't have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of it like that because I know a lot of times when people live criminal lives, they don't be all connected to their family like that. They be out doing them.
He was an activist
I don't know nothing about the guy. I mean, I know his mother was an
and a
activist
black
too.
liberation. He was in the Black Liberation Army.
What the hell made him rob an armored truck?
You know what I just thought about when he said when I just read those two comments that Unplugged Society said, and then earlier where he said, the robbery and the police got killed. I thought about Dead Presidents, the movie, when they
Yeah,
was all
that's what it
masked up.
sounds like.
That's what it
And that,
sounded like because they
man,
was all in that, power to the people. He was involved allegedly. Well, it can't be allegedly if he served over 30 years in prison. He was
well,
he
he is a
had to
black
be
man,
there.
so it can be, you know.
She said, I'll advocate. Look, wait, Fifi said, I'll advocate for him, but I won't be physically taking care of him. It's too much. Not just the physical, you got to think about the mental part and backlash too. Yeah, that's a
Man,
lot.
you would have to give up your life as you know it to take care of this guy.
Yeah,
I mean, that ain't realistic to me. I mean,
right. It is good. It is good. Fifi said, well, is she glad that he got family that can take care of him? But I get what Unplugged Society saying. He's saying basically he was like a casualty of war. They just needed to get him out the way, so they said he was there. This is what happened, and back then you talking over 30 years ago. So right, so they just wanted to get rid of him, get him out the way. Like I said in my video about Grandmaster Jay. They feel like they take down the head, the body will fall. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna get him. I feel like they trying to get him out the way by giving him that 7 years because he
yeah,
was
and
the
some
lead.
people feel like he was an agent and that they just had to make his cover was blown.
Really?
Yes,
We got to talk
yes,
about that. When?
absolutely.
Let's talk
We could
about
talk
it.
about it not now because I gotta
Oh,
go,
oh,
but we
okay.
could talk about it tomorrow, y'all. But yes, look
Yes.
into it. It's a lot of people that it's I followed him heavy, and yeah, I know a lot of stuff that people is saying is deep.
Wow. Well, just give me the gist of it then, because now
I
I'm
mean,
intrigued. I want
people,
to know.
everything fell apart. With in fact, the main guy that was right next to him was they fell out, and
Hmm.
then after that, it's like a lot of people just didn't know. You
You
didn't see
saying
them.
after the Breonna Taylor thing, things
Yeah,
started going unravel, like going downhill.
yeah, they started falling out with each other, and people were saying that he was saying stuff, and he then Tariq Nasheed was the first person I heard call him an agent because they was going back and forth because it was some old whole power thing. But yeah,
What?
people were saying that he was fake. So basically, I mean, because I followed all that. Of course, I was believing everything. And when he lifted that gun, I was watching that live. He only lifted it to see who was on the roof, and because it had a light on the end of it, and they gonna charge him with all that.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
what I said in my video. Shoot, you looking this over all them over thousands and thousands of people there. How you gonna say he raised it at a police officer all the way down there? How you know where he was aiming it at?
well, they
Like
were
that
on the
made no
roof.
sense. Right, but
Somebody
he
was
was
on
on
the
the ground.
somebody was on the roof, and he was like, "Who up there?" And then he lifted his gun with the light on it to flash to see who it was, and they,
Oh, you actually saw it alive. You saw this happen. You saw it
yeah,
unfold. Oh,
yes,
okay.
I was watching it. Yeah,
Wow.
and it was some BS. But he also ran for president, and he sat behind Donald Trump. He got his videos out there of him. He actually was advocating for White Lives Matter a couple years before he came out this way, and people just said that they believed that he was an agent. And so a lot of things that he did, everybody that joined that group, he was able say that they wanted to just see how many black people would rally
Follow
together.
him.
Huh? Yeah.
That would
They
follow
want to
him.
see if something do jump off, let's see how many of them will rally up and actually be about it. And then he got all of their information, name information. Some of the people allegedly still being harassed and different things like that. And
Unplug Society said he wasn't an agent. He said they calling all black people with some kind of influence plants and agents.
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that's what people are saying. I mean, because look though, that what he did ain't worth no 7 years if you want to look at it that way. It
7
is
years,
it was
2 months.
pretty much it was to get rid of him and then to make an example. Like, okay, y'all follow this leader. Look what's happening to your leader.
That's what
So
I
you can
think.
look
That's
at
why I
it
said take down the head, the body will fall. They figure if they get him out the way, now let's see what y'all do
buck
without y'all
breaking.
leader. Yeah, without y'all leader in it, in
Yep.
the way.
But what I'm saying, people is looking at it both ways, and it's very divided.
Oh yeah, we got to definitely talk more about this tomorrow, Miss B.
Yep. So.
Dang, you gotta go. Okay. But it's been fun, guys. It's been real. I really enjoyed another morning with you guys. Thank you. Thank y'all for
Yes, I
coming
did
in,
too.
hanging out with us, jump starting y'all morning again with us. Wait. Oh, jump starting y'all morning again with us. I enjoyed this chat again. This morning news and madness this morning, Miss V. How about you? Had fun this morning?
I
I did.
absolutely did. You be bringing the good topics. I'm loving it, and it's getting more interesting every day. You getting more comfortable every day.
I am. I
You
am.
about to blow up, girl. You about to blow up.
So with that being said, guys, peace.
Peace out, y'all.
I'm talking